Hi YouTube, welcome to Darksiders Warmastered Edition. We will be jumping into this straight away basically. I don't plan on wasting any time on it. There's no webcam as you can see right now. That'll probably be fixed once we get into the game, but I wanted to show you guys the actual intro cutscene without my face in the way. So please do me a favor, hit like, comment, subscribe if you like playing some older games on the channel as well, and we will get started right now. Let's check our volumes here, shall we? Make sure that's maxed out. Turn this down a bit. Not using an Xbox controller, but it'll work. Right, new game. We'll go normal.
Since the dawn of time, the armies of heaven and hell have waged an endless war. Drawn to the conflict was the Charred Council, an entity bound by ancient laws to preserve order and balance. It held that any great power, unchecked, threatened the very fabric of the universe. In time, heaven and hell came to honor the Council and its laws, for none were beyond the swift and terrible justice of the Council's enforcers, a fearsome brotherhood known as the Four Horsemen. Amid the turmoil, the first humans emerged. The Council foretold that these weak but cunning creatures would someday be integral to the balance. Thus, a third kingdom was named, the Kingdom of Man. By order of the Council, a truce was forged between heaven and hell. The Great Pact was bound by 7 seals to be broken at the appointed time, when man's kingdom stood ready for the end war. A battle that would bring balance and determine the ultimate fate of the 3 kingdoms.
THQ Nordic. Darksiders.
Come on, move it!
Well, that's not good. Maybe run away from the crater. Hello, war. And that's the intro cutscene. Because, you know, it's badass. Oh, this game looks very crisp. Having to translate these buttons in my head to what they are on a PS5 controller. Possibly do with increasing the look sensitivity. Hang on. Let's turn it up to about there. And it doesn't feel much better, to be honest. 1 second. Up. That's a little better. It's almost entirely a guess on my part. Damn, they cheeked up.
Judgment approaches. The horseman approaches. Happening.
Hey, Travis. Fucking mind? Goddamn angels. There we go, that got him. What's this? It's goop. Goop. Oh god, it's goop. Let me know how the audio balance is, by the way, guys. I like how there's just random cops shooting at humans. You know what? Fair dues. That's very brave of you guys, I suppose. this left-right turning is very slow. 1 second. Let me just max these out. I mean, the up and down feels very fast, but the left and right doesn't feel very good. Yeah, that seems to just be a thing in these older games. Camera turning isn't the greatest. Damn. Well, guess you get to live another day, huh? Eaten again. John Flath, Leia Pearl, Colin Post, Greg Gunther. I wonder if those are like developers. That's a guess, but you know, that random dude on the roof over there is just like, that thing came near me and didn't touch me. What's going on here? That's right button. There we go. I always have to remember, like, because I'm having to translate for Xbox to PS5 controller, because the game doesn't natively have. Well, the PC port, if you're excited to buy this game, is that it doesn't have native like PS4/PS5 controller control schemes built in. The game uses it, obviously, it takes in the commands and it works just fine. But the buttons on screen will always be an Xbox controller. Play it while fighting? Alright, I can turn myself up a bit. Let me know if that's any better. Left stick. Oh, I see. Maybe it's just me, but I actually can't believe how good this game looks for a game that originally came out in like 2009, 2010. Hang on, let me just pause real quick. Is the audio any better, Red? Let me know. Because I can just turn my mic up a bit more and I can turn the sound down a touch. Let me just do that. I'll just do that, and if I need to turn it down again, I can turn it down again. I'd rather have myself be a little bit too loud and the game be a little bit too quiet, but we can figure that out. Subtitles are on for a reason, after all. Oh, well. That's not good. None of my problem. Oh, that's a bit. Oh, that's quite. Oh, Jesus. Well, he's not going to be flying anywhere. He'll be on a good freaking flyer deal. Good to know. Ow. Man, I miss these stylish games from this era. They're so fun to watch. What's about to happen here? Oh, well. Hmm. It's a dude with actual wings instead of like the guys who have fake wings like these guys. Not doing too well for you now, is it? Oh, well, crunchy. Yeah, extra crunchy.
Impossible. Abaddon. What is this? Where are my brothers?
This cannot be. The final seal.
My lord!
Oh yeah, this lady.
How did this happen? The seventh seal was not broken!
Abaddon! What in heaven's name have you done?
I answer the call.
Oh damn, you're big and chunky. Him square in the mouth with that one. Oh shit. Maybe I should have jumped there? I'm not sure. I like the cinematic lines the game gives you when you're focusing in on something. Let me just yeet this car at this man. Boink. Hit him square in the mouth. That seems to work a lot. They don't seem to count as hits, but hey, it feels good, right? Well, that's not good.
Law has been broken.
That's Travis, I think, as well. Travis Willingham.
So have you, horseman.
I think it's Travis Willingham. I could be wrong, but I think it's the Critical Role gang.
The law is clear. When the seventh seal is broken, 4 horsemen shall ride forth to punish the wicked. Be they sons of men, lords of heaven, or the dregs of hell. All
Should have Google.
the earth
Yep.
will be judged, and the pact forged anew. You forget your post, horseman. You forget the law. No call was given, yet the destroyer marched, and there you were found, under his black banner, if the claims are true. To hell with your claims. The seals were broken. I was summoned. Then where are the other horsemen? Were they not summoned as well? The 7 seals are hidden, as they have been since the pact was forged eons ago. All of them intact. There was no call. You aided the Dark Ones, broke a sacred covenant that has doomed mankind, and threatened the balance. Do you deny it? When I rode, heaven and hell were already at war. Abaddon was there. He knew something. Abaddon fell, fighting off the chaos you unleashed. I fought powerless against the demons, and still you accuse me? Your defeat proves nothing. Likely the Destroyer cast you aside when he was finished with you. You have defiled the law, horseman. You will be punished. I serve only the Council. Only the balance. As the horsemen always have. Send me back. I will punish the ones responsible. How? What hope do you have against the Destroyer's armies? You are powerless. Then I will fail, and the demons will have carried out your sentence. Very well. You will return to the Earth, but you will be watched. Come forth.
It's Liam. Ah.
The Watcher is bound to you. It will ensure your loyalty.
Remember that, or I will really get under your skin.
Rise, war, and arm yourself.
The Charred Council.
Chaos Eater. The angry blade thirsts for destruction.
Chaos Eater. War's legendary War's legendary blade, also stripped of its former strength and powers. Blade Geyser. Harnessing the power of Chaos Eater, this attack summons a field of deadly blades around War. Whapping, yeah. So you can select a Wrath power or consumable, map it to a button, and then you can press left bumper, which in my case is L1. And then I need the buttons to use it. There's Life Essence, which is restoring some of War's health. There's the weapons that we'll get as we go on. Artifacts. And there is War himself.
The souls of the dead will be your currency. Some enemies are more easily bought than killed.
Souls manifest in 3 forms: currency, health, and wrath.
Seek the demon Volgrim. Few can afford his services, but perhaps you can strike a bargain.
The council confers with demons now, does it?
Since the truce was broken, some demons have fallen from the Destroyer's favor. Volgrim is one such outcast. He has long sought an audience with us.
How long have I been here?
I mean, he's been here a while if Earth looks like this now.
Looks like our trajectory was a little off. Not so fast, horseman. Let's lay down a few ground rules. Until this is over, you're a dog on a leash. I say bark, you bark. And if I have to kick you, you'd better not bare your teeth. Understand? Or should I teach you to play dead? Good boy.
Well, that is the introduction sequence to Darksiders 1. Super fun little thing. Hello, Anto. How are you? You can summon the Watcher by pressing and holding the back button, which I believe is this button. No. Is it this button? No. I actually don't know what button they've substituted for the back button. Damn, you missed the intro? Yeah, the intro of this game has always been great. Let's save real quick. Options, display controls. You've always wanted to play through these games because I could never find the time. These games are great. They're legitimately some of the best games that I think were released on this era of console. I can't figure out what button I need to use to summon the... Is it... Oh, it's this. Press and hold it.
The council ordered you to seek out Volgrim, so start seeking.
This motherfucker. Yeah. They're worth the time. They're worth the time, and they're usually on sale on Steam. Like, you can pick up the remastered editions for, like... I think I picked them up for less than a tenner together, and they're well worth the time. Darksiders 1 is more hack and slashy, less puzzly, while Darksiders 2 is decidedly more... If Legend of Zelda was for adults. But I prefer it. You own them, you haven't played them. I would 100% recommend you take the time to play them. Alternatively, you can just watch me play them, because I plan on playing through both of them. At least Darksiders 1 and 2. I've never played Darksiders 3, and I've never played Darksiders Genesis. That might be a thing I do in the future, maybe. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out in the future. Just want to watch me play them. Fair enough. Fair enough. And remember, all the VODs go up on the YouTube channel. They're it's very rarely they go up the next day, but very rarely. But most of the time they go up within a couple weeks of them being broadcast. It's mostly so I can have a bit of backlog. And oh, I see here. And if you're curious, I will. Oh, you're playing Avowed. I've not had any interest in playing that game, but I've heard it's pretty good. I've heard good things from people. There's also a surprising amount of cutscenes in this game. I forgot that was a thing. There's a lot of like cutscenes in this.
Here comes the welcome party.
Hello, Watcher.
War, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, you got Xbox Game Pass? Yeah, that's fair. Nice. Yeah, so I don't have Xbox Game Pass. I have no interest in it. There's probably a bunch of games on there that I could play on PC primarily, but just don't really have an interest in it. Oh, well, that's good to know.
Over here.
You get in the mindset of not buying every game when you're going to be unemployed soon. Yeah, I've not been buying games very regularly. The only reason I bought these games is because they're on sale. War's gauntlet glows near interactive objects as chests or doors. That's good to know, at least. Right, I think the store is interactable. Yeah. Bye. Well. I mean, when you have Game Pass, right, you got a bunch of games for free anyway, so not like you really need to be buying every game. Ooh, ow. Ow, ow, ow. You're also replaying Cyberpunk? There's another game I've never played. Also a game I don't really have any interest in right now. Ah, health. Very nice. So, like in my case, with Metaphor finishing probably next week, I'm looking at like things that I can play that are sitting in my inventory that I can be like, oh, I already own these games and I never finished them. Why don't I play these? That would be fun, and I can always. It doesn't really matter what I post on the YouTube channel, as long as you're posting something on the YouTube channel, you almost always have some kind of growth going on. The growth on the YouTube channel has been quite slow for a little bit, but I assume that's just because I'm playing Metaphor, and like maybe people aren't as interested in that game right now as they would have been 7 or 8 months ago. But I said I'd do it for the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel wanted to see it, so I'm playing it. There's more demonic growth on this wall. This game still controls really well for a game that came out so long ago. It also looks a lot better than I thought it would, even though it's a game from 2010, I think, somewhere around that era. It's still a very good looking game. Oh, that's a demon. That's a chunky boy. Oh yeah, punch the shit out of him. Oh yeah, that's satisfactory. The glory kills slash finisher moves in this game are so satisfying to look at. They're so well animated. If you're looking for something fun and mindless, this game is legitimately great for that. Darksiders 2 definitely has more thinking aspects to it because it's got more like Legend of Zelda-esque puzzle bits to it. But it's still good. Do love a good hack and slash, yeah. The first game is decidedly more hack and slash than the second one. The second one's decided like has much more of like a Legend of Zelda feel. Because it's got the it's got like a lot of puzzles and stuff in it. But I think it's worth playing. I think both of them are very much worth playing. They're both different games, but they're both worth playing, you know what I mean?
How long was I gone?
In Earth years, about a century, long enough for the last of the mouth breathers to die off.
Then, the third kingdom is lost.
Yeah, so basically that's War just told us, yeah, humanity's dead, there's no humans left. Which is very interesting.
Subtle.
Hello.
I almost didn't hear you coming.
Vulgrim.
The council finally took me seriously. If so, you're surely not empty-handed, for this shall be the briefest of introductions.
He hungry.
There were a few young ones. Spectacular. You seek the power behind the one called Destroyer. You will find the answers and the font of his power there. Oh, such haste to die. You aren't even a shadow of your former self. You wouldn't last a heartbeat. Besides, The way to the tower is shrouded by demon magics. Even I do not know the way.
Who does?
Feed my hunger, and I'll feed your curiosity.
Good to know. Meet Vulgrim.
You try my patience, horseman.
Horde Seeker, a demon trinket that reveals the location of all nearby chests on the map.
Bring me the souls.
So this shows us where all the local chests are, as you can see. It's quite nice. War is there, the Watcher's there, our task is wherever that may be. There's a chest, artifacts, a boss, a door that's open, a door that's locked, a door that can be open, and then a shadow arena. Another demon, hey? Blocking. Press RB while stationary. Oh, the birds give you health. That's interesting. There's some more souls. Well, he's not getting back up. Ow. Ooh. Slap the shit out of him. There we go. The thing you like about Avowed is that you're dual wielding flintlock pistols, which is cool, but the left pistol is right click and the right pistol is left click and you hate it. Oh, that is odd. Can you customize that? Is that something you can change to have like your pistols line up to your mouse clicks, or? He's not going to be in Darksiders 2.
We have enough souls to feed Vulgrim's hunger. Now, maybe he'll feed our curiosity.
Oh, so your right click is your offhand, so that's always your... That would be your block button. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Oh yeah, so it shows you all your stats as well here. So how far you've gone, how much blood you've spilled. There's some tips. There's the world, which is quite big looking here. And then there's your local stuff. The only way to do that is to make a character left-handed. I think there are, like, some games have that option. Like, I know that, I think CSGO has that option. Because of the fact that they have so many players that not having a left-handed option wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, doesn't really matter. Really, it's your fault for dual-wielding flintlock pistols? I mean, I always say that people should be allowed to do whatever they feel is cool in video games. And, like, oh god, that nearly killed me. The viability of it in-game shouldn't be... Oh, Case Eater is leveled up. Shouldn't be because of the game's mechanics or designs. But it should be because of the, you know, player's skill. Which is why I'm like, maybe you should probably add another button. You could, if you can, what you could do is, like, if there's a way to do it, have your, if there's a way to customize this, I don't know if it's an option. But you could have, like, your secondary pistol go off of, like, one of your side mouse buttons, if you have one of those. Like I do on my mouse, and a lot of the time I use the side mouse buttons for stuff like healing potions or like quick items that I want to use often. You know? It's not necessarily a bad option if it's available to you. B to descend. Okay, so that's to descend, and there is actually a thing down here. Soldier artifact. These ancient insignias were given to the legions of hell as trophies of carnage at the end days. Return to Vulgrim, and he will reward you. I'm a firm believer in the rule of cool, so a lot of the time I will just be like, I want to do something cool, and that will be the only explanation I give. Hey, Vulgrim.
These ancient gates have a mind of their own, but with this, you may reach an understanding. Beyond the gate, seek out Samael's prison. Once, Samael was close in power to the Dark Prince himself. Some might even say, a threat. You will find he is no friend to the Destroyer. Seek me out when you've gathered more souls. I will make it worth your while.
Well, it's more of a pet peeve, but you can tell that the game wasn't built with dual wielding in mind. That's fair.
On your journey, you may come into possession of certain items that are of particular interest to me. Artifacts of the Fallen Legion. If you discover artifacts. Bring them to me. I will make it worth your while.
So there's weapons we can buy here. There's the Harvester, which is Death's legendary sights devastate multiple enemies, largely being attacked. Harvester also reaps more souls from fallen enemies. As you can see, it's quite expensive. We can also buy like combos.
Nice. Old Vulcan's got something new for you.
Ooh. I'm gonna grab that.
As wise as you are powerful. Oh, don't forget over here. Did you come all the...
Excuse me, what are you doing here? There should be... Oh, that's right, it's here. Select the desired gear item, map it to a gear slot, and then press that button to do it in game. So we can be like, ah, yes, and now we can equip it, and there it is. Barp. Do wield swords, but you can't block with them because the offhand is supposed to be block. Huh.
The horn call of my ancestors, awakened at last from the dreamless sleep. Then we are free.
No, free while the destroyer still breathes.
The destroyer, yes. To his service we are bound, though enemies we remain. So his enemies we call friend. Pass now, friend. Must bring victory. Must bring freedom.
I appreciate it. It's odd that you can dual wield swords, but then you can't block with them.
I can't wait to find out what's behind it.
See you later, buddy. Oh. Also, that is really odd because you can block with dual wielding swords in Skyrim, but I suppose that's just one of those things that maybe games don't think too much about these days. Nice. All right. Alright, that was good. Oh. More healing. Pop. What's out this way, shall we see? Oh, more destroyed city. The Scalding Gallow. That's a nice name for a place. Oh, more demons. No. Well, that went moderately okay, I guess. And there's a chest here. Oh, hello. Didn't notice you were here. Slice and dice. Well, this looks important.
Non straga sindora.
Do you know what's imprisoned here? There are things even you should fear, horseman. Once you were strong, but now you are weak and you are alone. The Destroyer knows of your coming. Even now, he moves his legions against you.
Then I'll make this quick.
As you do. Oh, I pressed the wrong button there, I think. Ooh. He's a bit unarmed at this moment. He's been asked to question.
Over here!
Oh, that's a bit bloody. Let's see who this is, shall we?
War. Are you here to play executioner?
Oh, hello.
They should have sent all 4 of you.
I have no interest in killing you, Samael.
Ah, the Destroyer! He's beyond your reach, beyond mine.
Has prison made you a coward?
Perhaps there is a way, but you will need to get inside the Destroyer's spire. The tower is guarded by 4 of his chosen. Bring me their hearts, and ask me no questions. My reasons for helping you are my own.
Where can I find these guardians?
First, seek the Twilight Cathedral, where the Bat Queen Tiamat has gone to roost. The whole of her domain is a blistered inferno. By land, you will never reach it. Find the high ground with this, and bring me her still beating heart.
Well, we just got a pair of wings. That's cool. Shadow Flight. These supernatural wings enable War to temporarily glide. After double jump, hold A or X to activate Shadow Flight and glide. So now we can do this. Looking like a real angel of death out here, War. So we can glide these on these shadow currents, basically. Got 1,100 souls. Oh, that's handy. More demons to slaughter. You know how it is. So no head. So no head. Indeed, indeed, Cody. That's correct. It's been a very long time since I've played these games, but they still feel so smooth. Even more so on modern hardware. Like, this game was released on the PS3. And this game looks this good. Like, this game just looks like it's... This game looks pretty good, given it's the better part of, what? Probably 12 or 13 years old at this point. Let's do a quick Google, YouTube. Let's find out what year Darksiders originally released. New tab. Google. Darksiders. Cancel. What the fuck? Darksiders 1 video game. September 2010. So this game is 15 years old this year. And it still looks this good. Like, let's be honest, this game looks better than some of the games that have released in the last few years. At least stylistically. Maybe not like on a purely like, oh, I want my 4K ray traced graphics. Like on a stylization, art direction compliment. Like, this game is very much more noticeable, very much more like recognizable and iconic than games that came out recently. Like 90% of games that come out recently look the exact same. Oh, another one of these things. Well, he blew up. Another artifact soldier. A lot of old games look great. I would say it's less that they look great. I would say it's more that they're stylized in the way that they are more recognizable and interesting than modern photorealistic games. I would say the best looking game I've played recently is Metaphor ReFantasio, and that's not because the game is in 4K, it's because the game looks unique. Ugh. Well, he's less bony than he was. Alright, I don't know what we were getting into that fight for, but let's head back over this way. Oh, hey, Vulgrim.
Samael has returned you in one piece. He must like you.
Maybe. Who knows? Should we grab him Weapon Master? Let's trade these artifacts. Oh, no, sorry, wrong button.
You are as wise as you are powerful.
A rising up slash to type a war an enemy into the air. Opposite facing a backslash.
Take your time.
Oh, we'll grab flip saw. Well, here we go. Handsomeness assigned to that. And now, where is it? Where is it? Oh. I just want to double check. Vulgrim, what is the AX hold? Okay, so it's literally just jump and hold B? Yeah, it's just jump and hold B. Yeah. I remember that particular skill being very, very good. Well, they're not in one piece anymore. Couldn't quite hold it together. Pop. Oh, there's a stairwell over here. Let's go see what there is. There might be a collectible, or maybe another artifact, or hell, maybe even just a chest full of money. It's always nice, right? Oh, hi. Up. Game is so cool. I miss games like this. I miss just wild games that would come out and everyone would like absolutely fawn over how like good they were. Because like this isn't the kind of game you get these days because there's no like money in it. Like Darksiders Genesis, I think, was the last Darksiders game, and it was like an isometric twin stick shooter thing, I think. And then there was Darksiders 3 where you play as Strife or War, Death. What are the four horsemen of the apocalypse again? It's War, Death, Strife, and Pestilence? Is that right? It's been a very long time since I've done any kind of Bible studies. Pestilence. That's the one. I think they might have changed it in this universe. I think it's War, Death, Strife, and something else. I don't remember. But maybe if I enjoy Darksiders 1 and 2 as much as I did when I was younger, I might pick up the third one when it's on sale and play that maybe, because I think the third one's more like the first two. The fourth one is very not that. So they changed them a while ago, you think? So they're different now? Rewriting the Bible. Name a more iconic duo. Christians and rewriting the Bible. Oh, there's something down here. More things to fight. Strife used to be famine. They changed it because of COVID, right? That's interesting. Conquest, War, and Famine are the old ones. Wrath Shard. Ah. I know in this one they have it be... It's War Death, and I don't know if it's Conquest, but I know it's Strife. I believe Strife is in the third game. They're who you play as, I think. I believe so, anyway. I could be wrong on that one. It's been a very long time since I've even so much as contemplated looking at those games. Or at least at that game. But I remember, I think Strife is in the third game. And she is like the sister of the group. Oh, by the old one you mean the ones that are actually written in the books? Yeah, that's fair.
I have come for the Destroyer.
My brother spoke of your coming, but a powerful curse holds me now. I cannot help you.
Any curse can be broken.
Yes, perhaps. These servants of the Destroyer walk unseen within the realm of shadow. By their blood we are bound. By their blood shall we be free.
I can no longer move within the Shadow Realm. Much of my power has left me.
You need not enter it. I will grant you the power to see into the accursed realm for a time. But to what end? What hope have we now against the Destroyer's foul sorcery?
Hope will not bring you freedom.
Warfare, Pestilence, / Plague, and Death are the new ones. Oh.
Find where these shadow lurkers hide and kill them all. They can't be that hard to find.
Oh, there's one, I think, with the giant beam in the sky. Yeah. Oh yeah, these are like arena fights things. These are cool. I like these. I like these little challenges. I believe the ones in Darksiders are War, Famine, Strife, and Death. I could be wrong on that one though. I don't remember. I know there's 4 of them, but I don't remember what the 4th one's called. I believe it's War. I believe the ones that we have played as, at least the ones that I know of, are War, Strife, and Death. I don't know if we play as the 4th one in the 4th game. Defeat 5 enemies using aerial combos within the time limit. Boost souls will be rewarded for any time left on the clock. That's good to know. Alright, little man.
Surely this is no challenge for the likes of you.
Oh, that doesn't count as a... There we go.
Excellent.
It's supposed to be a cycle, so Strife and Famine is supposed to come after War and then Death, so it makes sense that the games line up with that. Yeah, so the first game obviously is War, the second game is Death, and then the third game I think is Strife. I could be wrong. I've not played the third game, and it's been a very long time since I've even so much as looked at the third game or looked at any of these games. But I do know the third game, I believe, is Strife, and then the fourth game might be Famine/Pestilence or whatever. I don't know. I think in the fourth game you actually play as all of them. I could be wrong. But yet again, I'm spitballing. If anyone wants to tell me down below if I'm actually not wrong in any of my assessments here, let me know. And down in the comments or in the chat. This controller vibration is going mad. Speed brawl. Defeat 40 enemies within the time limit. Bonus for any time left on the clock. Alright then. Button mash. Kill them all. Second one is Death, third one's Fury, and Genesis is Strife. Ah, I see. Also, a new one in development. Wasn't aware of the fact that there was a 5th Darksiders game in development. We might have to play through all of them then. I believe that would be with THQ Nordic, right, Anto? Because I think THQ Nordic have the rights to these games. Because THQ originally released them. But obviously THQ went bust, and then THQ Nordic sort of came out of the ashes, and they kind of have been like making games sideways. Was announced last year. Yeah, it was THQ. Yeah, that's fair. Wasn't aware there was one announced even. I have not paid attention to this game. I haven't paid attention to the franchise really in a long time. Which, I mean, it makes sense, right? Given the games have not really been super popular since the second one came out. I think the second one was the most, what's it called? Oh my, what's the phrase? The second one was the most financially successful. Marketing's gotta love it. Yeah, marketing's gotta love it. So yeah, you might end up seeing me play the second and third and fourth games in this franchise in the upcoming future. Death is the more popular horseman, so that makes sense. I mean, I think it's because Death had the best game. Like, Darksiders 1 is very good. Darksiders 2, however, is like... It's like a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, like, rated on every single website you ever find any kind of ratings on. No, I could be wrong on that. I could be making an ass of myself on that one. But I remember loving Darksiders 2. Like, I played so much Darksiders 2 when I was younger. It was a super unique game at the time for me because I never played Legends of Zelda or anything like that when I was a kid. So like I didn't have any kind of connection to those games. But when I played Darksiders 2, it had like the adult themes of like, you know, you're playing as death, you're cutting these creatures and things, you're fighting in half. You know, there's a firmly like adult take on everything in it, and I liked that about it. Like if someone was to ask me what's my favorite Darksiders game, it's 2. Jak and Daxter were your trilogy. I played the Jak and Daxter games so much when I was a kid. I played a lot of games when I was a kid, is the thing. So like, it'd be more likely for me to tell you that I didn't. If I told you I played a franchise and it was on the PS2, it's likely that I did play it. I mean, you can get Jak and Daxter on the PS5 if you have the like expensive PS Plus subscription. You can get like the PS4 versions of them, I believe. On PS5. Yeah, you have it on PS5. I've not played through the Jak and Daxter games recently, but I did play through all of the PS5 versions of Sly Cooper. You bought the remastered trilogy? Yeah, that's fair. I bought it. I have a physical disc of the Ratchet & Clank trilogy, the HD trilogy. I have a physical disc of the Sly Cooper one, and a physical disc for the Jak and Daxter one for PS3, I think it was, at the time when they came out. Maybe those are games I'll play on stream. Who knows? Can't. I'd have to figure out. I'd have to actually look into how that would work, but I could for sure play them on stream. Maybe that would be a thing. Maybe I'll play the Jak and Daxter games on stream, and also Darksiders, and also Stardew Valley. What's this one? The Glory End. Larger enemies stunned. Kill 30 enemies using only instant kills. I played through the second one so many times. It was like GTA when I couldn't play GTA. You see, I actually could play GTA. I could have bought GTA. Sorry, I couldn't have bought GTA. I could have asked my mother for it and she would have gotten it for me. But I didn't like GTA because I felt it was very, like, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the real world open aspect of it. But I liked Jak and Daxter because it was a fantasy world that had, like, laser guns and magic and shit. Those of you who played Jak and Daxter will know what I'm talking about. And I didn't really like the fact that GTA was like, oh, it's just a real world with shitty people in it. And that was it, really. I didn't really like GTA, and I never really got that into GTA. I was that kid who didn't own GTA San Andreas or GTA 4 when he was a kid. My brother was more into the GTA games than I was, but that was because he liked the driving. You were also that kid? Yeah, I liked Jak 2 and Jak 3 because it had a really interesting story. And they had, like, you know, a bunch of things in it that other games didn't. You know, they had the racing, they had the stylized graphics, they had Jak, who was voiced by a very, very good voice actor who was very good at his job. They had Daxter as, like, the really funny cartoon, almost mascot-y kind of character to Jak. Even though Daxter would say he was the hero. I also really enjoyed replaying the PSP Daxter game. That's on PS4. That's on PS5 now. Daxter on the PSP was great. I really enjoyed Daxter on the PSP as well. Oh, your best friend had it used to battle bugs. I remember that. I remember the fact that that game had like a Pokemon like rock paper scissors style like multiplayer mode, which was ridiculous at the time, to be honest. I never would have assumed that Jak and Daxter would have had that kind of multiplayer to it, but hey, it was great fun. I remember playing it. I also remember, don't know if anyone else remembers this game. Oh, block counter. Wars reflective instincts have awoken on to counter physical attacks. Ah, so you can now actually counter when you block. That's cool. But one of the things that I remember playing a lot of in my, like, late teens era, like between 15 and, like, 17 to 18, was the PSP game Field Commander. If anyone remembers that game, they've just earned my friendship. That game was incredible.
Let's get out of here.
I played that game so much. I remember playing like I remember playing through the campaign multiple times and playing through like there was like custom missions you could make, and like I built custom missions and like all that sort of stuff. And this was all on the PSP. It was ridiculous at the time. You remember that one? Yeah, that was a game of all time. How much money do we have? We could grab the scythe.
See anything you like?
What I might grab actually is
Oh, you like that? Let me know if I can help you.
Let's grab the whirlwind combo.
As you are powerful.
The harpoon
Too
tackle.
hard a bargain, friend.
So LT, left stick down. So if I'm doing this correct, it should be, or is it? There we go. That's what it is. You really like the Unit 13 game for the PS Vita? I never owned a Vita. I had a PSP. I had zero interest in the Vita because I didn't play mobile games at the time. I didn't play like handheld games, didn't do anything like that. I was a console guy through and through post the PSP/Nintendo DS era. I never owned a PS Vita, never owned a Nintendo console after that, never owned a Nintendo Switch. Don't own a Steam Deck. Probably never will. One of those things where I'm just like, I just don't have an interest in it. A Steam Deck would be nice, though, for, like, some of the games I play. Damn, you all cheeked up. There's some games that I play that I would be like, oh, they'd be interesting on a mobile option, but, you know, there are also games that I'm like, I don't really see the point. You were never allowed a console in your room. We used to have a playroom. So when I was a kid, the room next to my bedroom. So behind this wall, well, you can't see my camera, but behind the wall behind me that you often see, there is a room that used to be our playroom, but it's now like a spare room that we used to keep things in, because that's just how it is. Easier to bring them with to my friends and stuff. I used to have a PS2 carry case. Like one of these really nice leather carry cases that I used to bring everywhere with me when I was moving my console around. Because sometimes I'd be staying with my aunts or my uncles or whatever like that in their places, and they wouldn't have these things. So I'd bring them with me. And my aunts and uncles didn't really mind, because they were like, oh, it's fantastic because we don't need to worry about keeping an eye on Mike, because he's just going to be in the room all night playing console games, and it's great because we don't need to worry about keeping an eye on him. Well, that's not working. Come here. There we go. Yo, your consoles were always your dad's? No, you see, my family have... I'm the only... Well, no, I shouldn't lie. My brother also plays games, but he only plays, like, Farming Simulator, and, like, that's it. He'll buy, like, a Call of Duty once every 2 years, or a, like, GTA game. But that's it. He usually uses his PS5 to, like, watch Netflix and stuff like that out in their little house. But all of the consoles I've ever owned have been mine. So I could bring them wherever I went. I remember one time I brought them... We were staying in, like, a hotel in, like, the north. Like, Donegal or somewhere like that. And my mother was like, oh, do you want to bring your PlayStation with you? Because there's going to be, like, a TV that you can have and set up and all that. And I was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. And it was the worst decision I ever made. Because, man, was it annoying trying to set up a PlayStation in a place where there's other people running around all the time. Your dad liked Ghost Recon? I played 1 or 2 of the Ghost Recon games, but I was way too dumb as a kid to understand how hard those games were. And, like, how tactical you had to be. Because I'd only ever really played, like, Call of Duty. The first, like, tactical shooter that I ever really had any kind of experience with was Rainbow Six Vegas 2. And I really liked that game, but I didn't play... I played it through a few times, but I never actually, like, completed it or anything. Like, I didn't get all the achievements or whatever in it, but I did have a good time with it. That's where our objective is. Alright. Yeah, I sort of struggled with hardcore shooters for a long time. Oh, Volgrim's down here. I enjoyed those games. Like, I enjoyed the games that I managed to play and actually understand how they worked, but, like, there were certain games that I struggled with and still sort of struggle with. I mean, I say that now, and I play a lot of Rainbow... I don't play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. I used to play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege when I was younger. And I got pretty far along the way with that. I got to, like, one of the higher ranks in that game back in the day, in Rainbow Six Siege. But now the only hardcore shooter that I play is Hunt Showdown. And that's it, really. A game that I will probably never stream, or if I do stream, it'll be like one of those things where I do it for like an hour or 2. Hello, Volgrim.
Great.
Good to see you. We'll grab this life essence. Good to talk to you, buddy. See, you had undiagnosed autism, so you just knew how everything worked. See, I had a different brand of autism, where my brain assumed all video games were of a certain type. Like, I assumed all shooters were Call of Duty when I was a kid, because I didn't know any better. Because my brain just assumed, oh, all games must be like this, right? That must be how it works. Every game must be like Call of Duty. And then I played a Ghost Recon game and was like, oh my god, no, it absolutely isn't. But I got there eventually. It's one of those things that I learned, right? You know? Most people learn those things after a while. And then I started playing RPGs and my life has never been the same. You were playing FM when you were 5. I didn't have a PC when I was 5. When I was 5, I was like being forced to be outside. You know, strat games growing up. I didn't have any kind of strategy games when I grew up. I didn't have a console until I was 6 or 7. My first console was the PS2, and my first game for it was Ratchet and Clank. You had the LMA manager on PS2. I didn't... You could not have told me when I was playing the PS2 games that those games existed. Not because I wouldn't have played them, but because... Well, no, I lied. I probably wouldn't have played them because I didn't like sports at the time. Didn't really get it. And anytime anyone ever talked to me about sports, I hated it because they always wanted me to play sports and I didn't want to play sports. But I never, like... I had no idea those games were a thing back then. Oh, you knew your dad played them? Yeah, you see, this is the thing, right, is that my mom's ex was not a video game person. My mom was not a video game person. None of my friends were really video game people. Some of them, like, enjoyed them, but didn't know them as much as I did. And, like, I was the video game nerd of, like, my neighborhood by, like, a large margin. I was the only one who was, like, buying the latest consoles every year. Like, I was the one who was like, oh, I want the newest... I want a PlayStation 3 for my birthday. Or whatever it was. Because that was just how things were for me. I was that guy. I was the kid who was like 13 or 14 when the PS3 came out. Whose parents and grandparents bought him a PS3 with like Ratchet and Clank and a few other games for it. When your earliest memories is playing a PS1 and you're all flat and grey. I had a PS1. Sorry, I didn't have a PS1. It was loaned to me by my uncle. It stayed in my house for like 6 or 7 weeks. And I played it every day after school. But I didn't own it, so I didn't get to keep it. It was also the same with, oh, what was it? Like Sega Genesis or Mega Drive. I think my uncle had it. And he left it in my grandparents' house. And every now and again when I was there, I'd get to play it. But like that was my first sort of experiences with video games, was like the Mega Drive and PS1. But I never owned those consoles. The first console I owned was the PS2. Not so handy anymore, eh? And pop. Your uncle still has a PS1? I have my PS1, my old chunky PS2, my PS3, my PS4. I have all of them. They're all in like the attic in like a box that I keep. Great for your little cousin since he's getting into all the old games and stuff. Yeah, I'd imagine it's a bit of a shock to go from playing Fortnite to playing like Resident Evil on the PS1, you know. Your family sold all yours behind your back. No, I kept all mine. I made sure that mine were kept. Also, my mother would have no idea how to do any of that. Like, my mother, if she tried to sell those things, would not know what they were worth. Like, I'm pretty sure my family just assumes all my old games are worth nothing. Like, it's all just collection for the sake of collection, and I should probably get rid of them, but I want to keep them until I'm, like, in my 50s and 60s. What's in this, I wonder? A beholder's key. Oh, and unlocks a barrier. Are you huge falling out with your family over it? I mean, I don't say that's a bad idea, honestly. I would have a pretty big falling out with my family if I came home and they sold everything that I owned to buy my brother something. Given that my brother works and I don't right now. Oh, another cutscene here. Oh, the angels are back. Your brother owes you money right now?
This way.
My brother owes me a lot of things. If I kept track of them, he'd never stop paying me back.
Some demon trick.
I know what I saw.
He's right.
Uriel.
It's there, beneath the stench of this place. You can sense it, ancient. From neither the White City nor the Black Depths. Something lost between.
Your dad owes you $3 grand you're never going to see? Yeah.
Slay him!
Yeah, I don't loan my family money. I never loaned my family money. That's one thing I'll never do. Angelic Mount, RT the shoot, and then... Very much a 2010s game with this, like, on-rail shooter section here. There aren't many people who I would who I would loan money to, who I wouldn't care about them paying it back. And those people are the people I'm probably sleeping with. Because I know that they probably need it more than I do in that moment in time. But those are rare instances with the people who I sleep with. A lot of them make more money than I ever did. You've loaned a lot of money over the past few months. A lot of your friends ended up in a bad spot over Christmas. Yeah, I get that. Christmas is always hard. Oh. Well, they got fucked up. I have not loaned money to anyone since early last year, where I loaned a partner like a couple €100 because they had like an expense come up that they couldn't cover. Like, it was an emergency expense, and they were like, "Oh, I need like money today," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, no worries," and they paid me back like the next week when they got paid. But I don't loan friends money. I don't loan family money. I loan my partners money on occasion whenever they need it. But, like, it's not very common for me to loan my partner's money. I think I can probably name the amount of times I've had to do it on one hand. Oh, I killed it. Cool. Didn't expect that to happen. Got myself a couple thousand souls out of this. That's worth it. think we've arrived. Well, yeah, we're in Twilight Cathedral. Goodbye. Goodbye, Griffin. You did your job. I appreciate you.
Tiamat, I assume? Guess she wasn't up for having visitors today.
It's not too impossible, friend. You paid off your friend's car loan, he didn't get taken to court, and then you lent a bit to his sister, who's also your friend, who lost her job over Christmas. And then you have 3 friends who you would loan money to. That's mainly because we grew up together. I mean, if Midge came to me and was like, hey, I'm struggling, like, financially, like, he was, like, unemployed, didn't have any contracts or anything like that, and he was like, hey, can you spot me, like, a couple hundred so I can pay some bills or whatever, I'd be like, oh yeah, no worries, man, I'll sort you. But, like, there's not many people who I would be absolutely totally fine with that. Largely because I've loaned people money before and they've never given it back to me, and it's sort of been like, okay, you're never going to loan me back any money, so, you know. It's always stuff like that, yeah. I don't believe in loaning out money to people who I've been burned to before. You know, when it comes to money, it's not like I have a lot of it. It wasn't even like I had a lot of it when I used to loan people out money. But like, if someone was like, "Oh, I'm desperate. Like, I need to pay this bill so I can get my car back on the road, or I need to pay this bill because if I don't, then I'm going to end up in a situation where it'll just spiral." I get those situations for sure, but I just don't have the option really otherwise.
Oh, you like that?
I love Vulgrim. Opposite of facing harpoon tackle. Let's upgrade flip saw.
As you are powerful.
Let's grab orbital slash.
So hard a bargain, friend. Over here.
That's odd. Oh, this isn't an actual weapon. At least I don't think so. Oh yeah, this door's shut now. Oh. Oh, I see. Yeah, this one already has a sword. That one didn't. You're gonna run and get some snacks? Yeah, probably not a bad idea. And that Griffin's trying to do its best here. Oh. Actually, yeah, you know what? It's probably about time that I go grab myself a quick snack and a fresh fill of water. So, guys, we'll be right back with some more Darksiders after these quick messages. And, right, we're back, YouTube. Let's hop back into this. Oh, that's interesting. That attack behind you like, wide stance is quite helpful, honestly. Well, that's a statue of an angel of some kind. Bop. Nice. Nice. Good fight. Good fight. On to the next one. I mean, that air dash is quite useful on occasion. Bomb grow. Sticky objects. Oh, okay. So... like that, I guess? Yeah, that looks pretty effective. Good to know. Okay. What's this, I wonder? Oh, we got some life essence. That's nice. That's convenient. There's probably a boss coming up, so probably not the worst thing to have. Oh, I see. I see what we're doing here. We're pushing this statue down to knock that over. Let's see what's in this first, though. A map. See what I mean about this being sort of Legend of Zelda-esque? In the way that there's like maps and dungeons and stuff. Like, we're technically in a dungeon right now. There we go. Ass kicked. Put a little bit of oomph in that one. There is also that. I wonder, can we open this? Grab one of these. Nope. Shit. Well, that's a little bit cringe. Want to see if I could open up that, but it doesn't look like I can from this side. But let's see what's down here, shall we? Looks like a catacombs, maybe? Don't know if I can make it across this. Oh, we can, just barely. There we go. Ass kicked. for sure will not make it. Barely made that one as well, but I suppose that's the goal there. And what's in here? Oh. Chaos Eater's leveled up. What's in here? Beholder's key. That's the key to the gate, I assume, that's above us. Well, we gotta go all the way back now. Bit of backtracking. Very nice. That was a close one. We got there, though. Now it's time to head up. Alright there, Mr. Barrier. Oh, there's a sword here. Probably to unlock one of the doors, I guess. At least that's my guess, anyway. Oh, well, you're new. Crap, there's my first death. Can we skip this? No. Okay. That's one we probably have to move out of the way of. Ooh, armed and dismembered. He's not having a good one. Now we got ourselves a sword. There's probably a mounting somewhere we gotta put this thing on. Oh. Well, that was stupid of me. Didn't press the X button. Well, a little embarrassing, but alright. Just not gonna look at chat. Not gonna acknowledge it. Where are you supposed to be taking me, buddy? Oh, I see. Stick that in there, and we're going to make sure that we've actually done the bit that we need to do up there. I'm not sure if there is something we need to do, but we'll check. We'll go through this area first, though. There's probably some more fights and stuff to do. Oh, these two are still going at it. I'm impressed, honestly. Didn't think that would be a thing still happening at this point. Ah, well, that's a little cringe. Well, a little shorter than he was a second ago. Nice. Yeah. That's locked off by something, but we'll figure that out in the future, maybe. Oh. I see. We do that to get up here. Then we go out here. Oh, there's something to climb here. Go up. And up. Go over here. Go down. You're back with Pringles. What flavor Pringles? Did you bring enough for the whole class? And by the whole class, did you bring enough for me? Flame grilled chicken? I don't think I've tried that flavor before. Is that one of the hot and spicy ones or whatever it's called? Yeah, it's new. Yeah, I've never tried that flavor before. So fair dues. Fair dues. Ah, there we go. That's what we were doing. You're a sucker for anything with a new label on it. I mean, there's certain things that I see when I'm like when they were like, oh, here's hot and spicy, oh, what was the flavor that I remember picking up and really liking and then never really touching it again? Oh, hot and spicy barbecue. I thought was pretty good. But then I tried it for like a second time and I'm like, oh, this actually isn't good. It's just really spicy. I was hitting the wrong button. The barbecue one is hit and miss. I like the Texas barbecue one, like the standard Texas barbecue flavor. I think that's very good. But I don't like the hot and spicy barbecue one because it's just too spicy. At least for me, as a white guy. It's way too spicy. I by far prefer the regular Pringles barbecue flavor. No, barbecue's good. The new one's hit and miss. I tend to not touch the hot and spicy Pringles. If I want hot and spicy stuff, I'll grab a pack of Walker Sensation or a pack of Doritos. If I'm feeling like classic, I'll grab Doritos. Should not have the cheese ones. I've never so much as thought about having... Like, I like spicy cheese. I like pepper jack cheese. I like smoked cheese. But, like, I'd imagine artificial spice and cheese does not work very well together. I love a bit of pepper jack cheese on a good burger. Like, on a really nice burger. Doritos are more expensive. I mean, Doritos are more expensive and you... I wouldn't say you get less of them, but, you know. It's lovely, but very hot. I mean, I don't really have any problems with spice. I just don't like fake spice and cheese. I prefer real spices and cheese. So, like, a smoked spicy cheese is really good. Here's the chakram. The first new weapon we've unlocked. The crossblade, the finely crafted throwing blade that can strike multiple targets by pressing RS, 5 targets. So we do this, then we do that, that. There we go. The mystery flavor one as well that tasted like tacos. I'd never try. I don't really do mystery flavor stuff. Probably the autism, but I prefer to know what the flavor of something is if I'm going to eat it. You're the opposite. You see, I don't mind trying new things. Like, if you're like, oh, here, Mike, we're going to go to this new restaurant. I'm like, oh, absolutely, let's go. But if you're like, here's a random flavor of something that that we have no idea what it is, I will be less likely to approach it. I would rather know what I'm eating, basically, is the thing. Okay, so this isn't able to be moved. You want to try new things if it's available? I mean, yeah, I get that. I like going to the new restaurants that open in town. Even if they're not necessarily, like, a thing that I enjoy or a thing that I have a particular fondness for. I will almost always go to, you know, a new restaurant if there's one open. They had this really nice restaurant open up in the town near where I live. It's a hibachi restaurant, and they also do like sushi and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is dangerous for my wallet. And then I became unemployed and I could no longer go to it. We're talking to your friend over the month trying to find new restaurants. I mean, it's one of those things like where I know the restaurants that I enjoy. There are restaurants that I really enjoy that I go to regularly. But if someone was like, hey, there's a new restaurant that's open in town, do you want to go to it? I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, let's go try it out. There used to be a really nice, like, Mexican place in town. They unfortunately closed a little while ago. But they were really good. And I would have never tried it if I hadn't been asked to go by a friend. Can absorb arcane energy from targets. Press RS to aim and energy source. Oh, I see. So that, like, ignites it, I guess? Yeah, it does. That's interesting. That's a cool little mechanic. Also, to be fair, Anto, you live in Dublin. It's a lot easier for you to find new shit than it is for me down here. There's a steakhouse that charges 30 quid for unlimited, for your full course with unlimited chips and garlic bread. I mean, that sounds pretty good, to be honest. I wouldn't mind trying that. I like a good steakhouse as well, to be fair. Interesting. What's that? We can interact with this thing. Oh, it tries to turn, but the bridge can't turn because of the... Yeah, I see. I see. You're trying some places out in Bray as well. I have a friend who lives in Shankill. And more often than not, if I'm out in Dublin, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to be out in Dublin for a little bit. Do you want to, like, meet up for... Do you want to meet up somewhere for, like, you know, food or something? And he'll recommend it because he lives nearby. But, it's not super common. Just wanted to see all the new restaurants that are not being there for a few years. Yeah, I'd imagine it's very different when you go to a place that you've not been in a very long time. And there's like a bunch of new things. Is there a... Oh, there is. Found a nice pasta place called Sibo, I think, in Shankill. I mean, I might ask my friend about it. It's been a while since he and I have had a nice chat and a meal, so maybe I'll suggest that to him. Might not be a bad idea. That's not how that works. I wonder, actually, if I can do something like this. Like a chain reaction. Yep, that got it. Alright, that's relatively smart on my behalf. Not bad. Look at me being smart. Yeah, I know it happens every now and again. Every now and again it comes up that I can be a little bit smart. Not a lot smart, but enough smart, you know? And Red wasn't here to see it. I mean, it's fine. She might watch the VOD. Speaking of, VOD watchers, hello. If you're still watching the VOD, please do me a massive favor. Hit the like button, hit comment, hit subscribe. Do all that YouTube-y stuff that every YouTuber asks you to do. We ask you to do it because it helps. It helps with growth, it helps with everything, basically. Man, Death has got an arm on him. Hello, Husky Bear. Welcome, how are you doing? How are things? Did I beat Metaphor? No, I believe I have... Well, my plan is to stream it next Monday and Tuesday. At which point I'm pretty sure we'll have a beat. We have a couple... We have like 2 weeks, I think, left in game. We've got like 1 or 2 more bounties to track down and 1 or 2 other things to do before we finish the game. But we're pretty close at this point. We're pretty close. I decided that I wanted to put another game on the docket because with Metaphor basically finishing up next week, more than likely, I wanted to immediately get started on something else. So yeah, it's a good one. I love Darksiders. I was saying to Anto earlier, because of the fact that there's supposedly a 5th one in the offing. What I might end up doing is I might end up playing 1, 2, 3, and Genesis on stream. Once that I get my hands on everything, of course, you know, it's one of those things where I don't know how well these will do on Twitch or how well they'll do on YouTube, but once they're up and going, just play all the games. I mean, yeah, that's the option, right? I'll definitely play 1 and 2. I don't know if I'll play 3 and 4, but that entirely depends on how things look in the future. But right now, 1 and 2 are definitely an option. You got the 3, then they changed the formula too much, so you didn't continue, but you did enjoy 1 and 2. I legitimately think Darksiders 2 might be one of the best games of the PS3 Xbox era. And that might be a little controversial to say, but I genuinely think it might be one of the best games of that era. Our contender for best PS3 games, Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age wasn't exclusive, though. I don't think Darksiders was either, but I remember playing it on other things. Oh. Like, if you were to say to me now, would I play Dragon Age Origins on PS3, I wouldn't. I'd be like, play it on PC, play it on a platform where you can mod things and make it look a little bit better and play a little bit smoother. I for sure wouldn't be telling anyone in this modern era to go and play Dragon Age Origins on PS3. When it comes to best PS3 exclusives, like PS3 Sony titles that were exclusive to it, probably... It's probably... Infamous is a good shout. Very good shout, honestly. But I also really did love the Uncharted games, like Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Ratchet & Clank, Tools of Destruction, Quest for Booty, and Crank in Time. The PS3 was your college years, so you weren't getting much then. I was gaming all the way through my life. I have never really taken a break from it. There hasn't really been a time where I haven't been gaming. Uncharted is fantastic. Uncharted 2 has got to be on near the top of that list. I think it is. I think Uncharted might very well be near the top of that list. You just were playing less of it. I mean, I get that. When I, obviously, like, when you work, like, or when you're in college, it's obviously a little bit harder to commit the time to playing games all the time. And now we have a way back out of here. You also want to replay the Uncharted games at some point. If I ever do replay them, I will replay them on PC and stream them, because that seems like it'd be fun. But I couldn't tell you the last time I actually played those games. I probably wasn't meant to come back down here, was I? Oh, I can jump up here. That's some good game design, that is. Allowing you to jump up on the side of those things. That would be interesting, actually, Anto, if I did a Naughty Dog full playthrough like I did Jak and Daxter, Uncharted, The Last of Us. I don't really like The Last of Us. I'm going to be super controversial and say that I don't like The Last of Us too much. I played the first game and thought it was good. I didn't play the second game at all. Had no interest in it. Played the first game, thought if they don't need to make another story in this universe. Didn't really care for it. Felt the first game was more than good enough. That was essentially all my opinion of it. I thought it was pretty good. Didn't really think much else of it. The second game is just so depressing. I mean, the first game is pretty depressing, but the second game really does take it, like, it does just take you for an absolute ride. How am I supposed to... This is probably me being stupid. Hang on. Let me jump down from here. There we go. Take a moment to aim here. Can I go... Oh. Be helpful if I looked places. You found it hard to get into the first one. You eventually did enjoy it, but couldn't finish the second one. I enjoyed the first one a lot more than I enjoyed. I didn't actually even so much as play the second one. I didn't own it. I still don't own it. I probably will never own it. But I watched like a story synopsis, or like I ended up getting spoiled what happens, and I was like, oh, is this the story they plan on telling? This is absolutely trash. And I never touched it. Because I felt the story was very, like, you know, lackluster, I suppose is the best term for it. Am I watching the show? No. Largely because I don't have HBO and I can't afford to be spending money on things like that. I can't be affording spending money on subscription services. So I just don't have any interest in watching those kind of shows. I've heard it's great. I've heard the show is very, very good. And it's not anywhere near, like, what the, what's it called? It's not anywhere near what the game is like, in some cases. Like, I know that they expand a lot on the relationship between... What's his name? Oh, the guy and his partner, in the first game. His boyfriend. Husband, basically. in the first game. I know that they expand on his story a lot. There's an episode in season 1 that's so amazing you think can go down in history as one of the most important pieces of gay film history. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe. Am I winning, son? I am, Cody. Having a great time. Having a great time kicking ass, taking names, and killing demons. And angels, on occasion, and angels. We don't discriminate here, we kill both. Yeah. Fucking fantastic. Indeed, yes. Indeed. Where are we headed now? Because we went through that way. Are we heading back that way, I think? Yes, we are. We're heading back this way. Oh, it's there. There's a little jump up there, I see. They include so many key parts from the game that you recognize if you play it, but also sprinkle in that they're going in... They're on bit in between. Yeah, there's a scene where... Joel and Ellie find, like, that mass grave. That, like, the American military were just like, yeah, we're just gonna kill a bunch of people on the side of the street. On the side of, like, the road. Like, a random road in the middle of nowhere. Because if they're dead, they can't be infected. And I thought that was an incredible scene, and that's show exclusive. And that really does add a lot to the story, but, like, you know, not really for me. But yeah, if I was to do a Naughty Dog playthrough, maybe actually, you know what? There's a good idea. I could do Crash Bandicoot as well. I could do like the 4 Crash Bandicoot games. You know, Crash 1, Crash 2, Crash 3, and Crash 4. It's about time. And then do... Because those are the... Well, I could do Crash 1, Crash 2, and Crash 3, because those are the classics. Then I could do Jak and Daxter. Jak and Daxter 1, Jak and Daxter... Jak 2, Jak 3, Jak X. And then I could do... I could play the Daxter spin-off as well. And then I could also play the Lost Frontier, but that game is ass. Don't want to play it. Probably won't touch it. It wasn't a Naughty Dog game. And then I could play the Uncharted games as well. What shows do I like to watch? Anything of note recently? Recently, I am rewatching Beastars with a partner of mine who's never watched it before. And I'm also loaning them the manga so they can read that at the same time. This is too cool of an idea for you not to do. I mean, it's an option, for sure. I don't really watch too many shows. I'm very much one of those people who are like... Isn't Season 2 out now of Beastars? Season 3 is out. You don't watch TV, you play video games? I watch TV with, like, friends, and that's about it. And I'll watch, like, the odd anime, and I'll watch, like, the odd other thing here and there. Like, I watched Castlevania Nocturne Season 2 when it came out. I watched Ted Lasso recently. That was a good time. Oh, hello. Well, that's an apropos name. Your primary form of media consumption is video games. I mean, I get that. What about spoilers? How was Nocturne Season 2? Because I'm hyped to watch it. It was very, very good. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was an excellent addition to the Castlevania lore. I thought it was better than Nocturne Season 1. Like, Nocturne Season 1 takes a while to get where it's going. It's decidedly, you know, it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. I would say it's a very, very good bit of TV, Nocturne Season 1. But Nocturne Season 2 is a lot better. Excuse me, sir. That's mine now. Hello. Goodbye. Well, that's one more dead jailer. Very good. Yeah, so Nocturne Season 2, worth a watch. A lot of people don't understand that video games are a form of media consumption. Yeah, video games are art. They're media consumption. They make you feel things. I cried a lot at Metaphor ReFantasio. It's for sure a piece of media consumption. I always get asked how I don't watch TV or movies when I play video games instead. I mean, there are certain video games that for sure have more of a movie feel to them. Like, if anyone here ever played Quantum Break, I think is what it's called. It's one of those Remedyverse games. Oh, here we go. Rip that guy's head clean out of his spine. I mean, sometimes you just gotta make it pretty, you know? It can't just be effective, it also has to be pretty. You find it hard to watch TV and movies on your own? I mean, I for sure get that. I haven't, like, now that I'm rewatching Beastars and I'm rewatching it with like a partner, it's so much different than rewatching it by myself. Because I've seen it a few times. I know what like the major story points are. I know who all the major characters are, and I know all the plot twists. But then I watch it with someone who is hard of hearing. And I have to watch it in... Well, I don't have to watch it, but I watch it in Japanese with them. And, like, they have the English subtitles on. Because, obviously, like, I don't understand Japanese, but they do. And it's one of those things where I'm, like... Where sometimes they'll pause the show and they'll turn to me and go, that's not what she said in the slightest. Or that's not what they said in the slightest. Or that's not what they meant by that in the way that they've translated it. And it's very interesting. It's a very interesting, like, sort of look at it. Like, Husky Bear, if I can make a request, when you're watching, if you decide to rewatch Season 1 of Beastars, watch it in English with the English subtitles on. And just see how different the English subtitles are from what they say when they're talking. You're back from ads. Welcome back. So yeah, I was just saying, Husky Bear, if you decide to rewatch Beastars Season 1, have I watched Arcane? I have watched Arcane. Thought it was very good. If you decide to rewatch Beastars Season 1, watch it in English with the English subtitles on, and just see how different the words are that they say in English are from what they actually have subtitled. You'll be genuinely impressed how different they are. You will do that? Yeah. Because when I watch it in Japanese... Oh. Do you think it changes the meaning? Absolutely. When I watched it in Japanese with my partner, because my partner knows enough Japanese, they're like, how do I put it? They are like... They are highly proficient in Japanese in that they taught English in Japan for a while. And they know a decent amount of Japanese. They know quite a bit of it. They don't use as much of it as they used to, so they're a bit rusty at times. But they have a general, like, more than general understanding of it. And there's lots of things that the characters say during during very important interactions that have nothing... that are very different than what they say in English. I should make another short with this sort of, with this stuff in it. Ow. Getting womboed in this day and age. Yeah, so there you go. There's a non-zero amount of things that change from the meaning. But if you know someone who speaks Japanese or someone who has a decent vocal understanding of Japanese, I would sit down with them and watch it. I'll give you an example, and you can decide whether or not it's worth rewatching because of this. There's that scene in season 1 where Junie, I'm getting Louis and Juno mixed up, where Louis and Haru are in bed together in the gardening club. And here's the thing, in Japanese, Haru says harder, while the English subtitles say hurry. Which is two very different meanings to what that can... There's two very different connotations to telling someone when you're sleeping with them to hurry and to go harder. Those are very different. Very different? Yeah, that's what I mean, right? And my partner was very clear about that when they mentioned it. Because obviously as a non-Japanese speaker, I don't fucking know. I'm just going off of what things have been translated as before that I recognize in some way, shape, or form. And don't forget the one combo of hurry harder. Yeah, that's always one that comes up. But yeah, it was interesting speaking to them about that sort of stuff, because they obviously know Japanese much better than I do. I don't really know any Japanese at all. But when when they're talking about this sort of stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, Haru's actively telling Louis to go harder, not to hurry up. You're like, oh, that's very different. That's a very different situation to be in the bedroom. But, you know. Okay. Time for a big fight here. I was far enough away that that shouldn't have hit me. It's a bit more of an erotic scene. I mean, that was the idea, right? You know? And I don't know if you've ever read the manga, or if you have any inkling to, but it's very similar in the manga too. The manga makes that scene much more erotic and much more like sensual. Much less about like it's Haru is obviously very much enjoying the time she spends with Louis in that scene. Also, I love how we're talking about this when war is literally ripping the head off of somebody. Things you can talk about while playing hack and slash games. The only manga you've read is a Final Fantasy manga and a Akira. I would say that I've only read a couple different mangas. I've read Death Note. I read some Naruto, some of the early Naruto mangas, but those were very like different. I was very different at the time. I was quite young, especially with the Naruto stuff. But I would say that the manga for Beastars is very much worth a read. Talk about a lot this stream. I suppose it's the one advantage of being able to play a game where like I can talk and play at the same time, and there's not as much dialogue as there is in Metaphor. Like a lot of what I'm doing right now is just fighting and killing things, and I can talk while doing this. So you have a Legoshi statue at the house? Oh, I wanted those Legoshi statues. Hang on. 1 second, guys. I'm going to pause the YouTube recording for a second because I want to show Husky Bear something. 1 second. Hi, YouTube. Sorry, you just missed like 2 seconds of us ascending in this ladder. This little elevator thing. Wish I could share with you some of my nerdy stuff. Thanks again. What I should do, and this is like an actual genuine question, is should I actually make a Discord server? Should I actually make a long play gamer Discord server? I know I said I never would. I know I said I just don't have an interest in that. I don't have an interest in taking the time. But maybe I should make a Discord server and just like have it be like Twitch subscriber exclusive or something like that. You know, make it so that you have to be a Twitch subscriber to be in it or whatever. I don't know. You thought we already had one? No, I don't have one. You might be getting me mixed up with the fact that like I'm in 6 or 7 different Discord servers. That like are, you know, relatively. Where is this going? Oh, it's going into the next room. Yeah, that's right. You just assume everyone has one? No, I don't have one. Largely because I'm super fucking lazy and don't want to spend the time to make them and then also like look after them constantly. But I probably should spend some time, maybe like, what day would I do it? Maybe like Saturday or something, maybe Saturday or Sunday. I spend time putting together a Discord server. I'll admit that while you're in 10 different Discord servers, I don't use Discord that much. I'm in an ungodly amount of Discord servers, and I use it all the time. If I ever wanted to do like community game night, like if I was ever like, oh, I want to play like a community night and like play a massive multiplayer game together with people, like Discord would be the only way to do it for me. All my friends have small Discord servers that don't require much upkeep. Exactly. Some of my IRL friends have Discord servers, and that's where like we talk. You know. They're mostly so we can play games together. Exactly. Discord servers are handy just so you can be like, hey guys, look at this meme. Look at this thing I got. Look at this really cool piece of tech I've bought. Or whatever else. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe on Saturday or Sunday I take some time and put together a Discord server and have it be Twitch subscriber exclusive or something. Actually give people a reason to subscribe, you know? Works well for streaming YouTube notifications. Yeah, I'd probably just use the Doris bot because that's a bot that I can support and use. Look at that rain.
Has the council reduced the horsemen to common assassins?
No.
Or has Samael bought your loyalty? Because if you offer Satyr Rider, perhaps we can strike a deal.
You won't like my terms.
Big boss, here we go. See you around. See you later. Have a good one. I got lucky, get a Discord notification from Mage before I get to this one. Even if you get a Twitch one. That's fair.
Such a pity.
Hey, Shep. Hope you're doing well. I couldn't catch your stream last night because it was a bit late for me. Okay, I gotta exit that if I wanna not die, I guess. Ah, there's my second death. You're fine, never apologize. No worries, I just wanted to say that, you know, sometimes it's difficult to catch those late night streams for some of my friends over in the States and Canada and Mexico and those kind of areas. We also gotta watch this cutscene again, which is a bit annoying. Unfortunately, there's no way to skip it. Oh no, there is. We just press A apparently a bunch of times. That's good. Tiamat, the Bat Queen. So yeah, Shep, I was thinking about making a Discord server that's Twitch subscriber exclusive. The only reason why it's not like Twitch subscriber and YouTube member exclusive is because I don't have access to YouTube memberships because I'm not monetized on YouTube. But once I monetize on YouTube, that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably make it like a Twitch subscriber, YouTube member exclusive thing. Might be an idea, maybe. Ah, keep forgetting to get out of that map mode. Get out of the aim mode while I'm trying to avoid this lady. There we go. Is she gonna do another time? Looks like it. That's positive. There we go. Oh wow, didn't expect that. I hit the wrong button. I'm not sure what the B button is on a PlayStation controller all of a sudden. Is it circle? I never had an Xbox as a kid, so this is all new to me. I think I'm gonna die here. The circle? Yeah.
See what your arrogance has brought you.
Oh, there we go. I got it in the end. Ooh, that's a nice way to rip off somebody's wings, I guess.
Do it! Tear out her heart while she still lives. I want to hear her scream. I am one of the chosen. I can grant your every wish.
Can you restore the balance?
Well,
no wonder Samael wants this thing. It's coursing with power. You really think he's going to let you live long enough to collect on your end?
not like I have a choice. Square is X, X is A, triangle is Y, and that would mean B is circle. Hey, I got a life stone.
Over here.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Tragic. Without your feathered friend, how will you escape this prison of rock?
I'll find a way.
You have certainly proven yourself resourceful. Perhaps I can provide a quicker way.
Speak plainly, demon.
Serpent holes, ancient paths that worm their way beneath the husk of this dead world and beyond. I use them to get about, and for a price, so can you.
What do you want, Bulgrim?
I like how all the names show up in
A
blue.
trifle, really? The Chosen's heart. I felt its power the moment you stepped from that tower. You wound me, horseman. I would never come between you and your friend Samael. No, I only wish to look at the heart. One glance, and our bargain is sealed. Samael will be pleased. The serpent holes are yours, horseman. Seek me out when you wish to use them.
Thanks, Fulgrim, I suppose. Ancient network of paths flow through the world and beyond. Seek out Fulgrim locations. So now I think we can travel basically anywhere where we have already been. So the broken stairs, choking grounds. We can go back to the crossroads, which we're going to do. Oh yeah, that's right. We actually have to go through like a travel zone. I forgot about this. This is fun though. I like this like little sort of additional thing that you kind of get to do for fast traveling. It's not it's fast traveling, but it's fast traveling in the way that, you know, certain games will have to load things in, and this is a game from 2010, so they would have had to load in the area. So this is kind of the game's way of giving it time to load. Interactive loading screen. Yeah, basically that's what it is. It's an interactive loading screen. You could arguably remove that in this day and age and you'd be pretty okay.
Old Fulgrim's got something new for you.
Ricochet blade. Causes the thrown blade to ricochet between nearby enemies. That's pretty good.
Take
Thanks, Fulgrim. How much money do we have? 3,500.
Got something new for you.
Immolation.
Let me know if I can help you.
Let's grab the cheapest thing here that looks good. Let's grab a life essence.
As wise as you are powerful.
And let's grab a... Let's grab the ricochet blade.
Old Vulcan's got something new for you.
I like it when games are smart about loading screens. Yeah, it's not necessarily the most common thing in this day and age, but it does work. Oh, it's not a thing you have to equip. It's just a skill. I see. So now the blade should ricochet between things. It's useful for sure. I'm gonna save up the 5,000 souls to get the better Reaper scythe, because I believe it is legitimately very helpful when grinding souls. So I am going to go ahead and grab that. There's used to have to think about hiding them in cool ways. Now if you get a loading screen, it's black or concept art, or if you're playing Callisto Protocol, it is a like crawling through a wall section or crawling through a pipe section, that sort of thing. Hey, Samael.
I trust that she suffered.
Not nearly enough.
Beautiful. The second guardian, the Griever, moves in tunnels beneath this place. But first there is an obstacle that must be removed. Ulthane, one of the old ones.
You didn't mention that before.
Changing the deal already, Samael.
Be silent, filth. My business is with the Horseman. Ulthane is no ally of the Destroyer. But you won't find the Griever without confronting the Black Hammer. And that will require strength you don't possess. Yet.
What the hell do you think you're doing, Samael?
Tell him, Watcher, how you stifle the Horseman's true power in order to keep him on the Council's leash. War. Destroy this parasite.
You so much as blink at me, and the Council will end you, both of you. I'm protected.
Not in here. You are War, rider of the Red Horse. Not some puppet on this pathetic creature's strings.
War, I will make you suffer.
Focus your anger. A great rage stirs within you, clawing to get out. You must release it, or a puppet you'll remain. You are reborn.
What was that?
The Horseman is broken, but there is still much power in him. For a moment I saw one who would stand alone against the Destroyer's army.
See you later, Samael. We've just unlocked our demon form. Well, our chaos form. Temporary call upon war's chaos form to decimate enemies. Press left bumper and right trigger to unleash it. We are out of here. Abyssal armor piece. A piece of blood-forged abyssal armor. Can collect 10 to complete the set. I don't think I've ever actually gotten the abyssal armor. Maybe I'll look up where those are located so we can do that and we can see as much of the game as possible. But what I will do now is we are actually going to head back to the area we just left so we can collect one or two other things I believe there is left there. Because we can always back travel. You can always go back to areas you've been in because of the worm tunnels, or the serpent tunnels, as our good friend Vulgrim is called them. Also, maybe it's just me, but I think Vulgrim is very close to Fulgrim. And I always assume he's just going to jump out of somewhere, like, wearing purple armor. You know, that sort of stuff. Maybe that's just me. I don't have whatever that is yet. There's an artifact there. Oop. There's probably a way to get to that, I'd assume. There we go, that's that dealt with. You see, here's kind of a counter argument to that argument, Anto, about having to hide loading screens. Is that so much of modern hardware's loading is nearly instantaneous that you never see a loading screen. Like, perfect example, right? If you've played the newest Ratchet & Clank game, Rift Apart, the only time you ever get a loading screen is, like, when you actively decide to fast travel places, and even then it's like a blink. It's like barely any amount of time spent. It's very interesting. So now, we want to head back to the Twilight Cathedral. Because there are one or two things here that we didn't pick up when we were here. Hope everyone's been enjoying Darksiders 1 so far, though. If you have been, do me a massive favor and leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed Darksiders when you played it originally. Let me know if you're one of those people who really liked this game when it first came out back in 2010. I unfortunately did not play it when it released. I played it a little while afterwards. But if you enjoyed it, feel free to let me know.
You need Vulgrim more than ever, yes?
Yes. I like Vulgrim. He's a perfect amount of creepy. And, given he's a demon, makes a lot of sense. Now, if I remember correctly, over here, there is a little thing that we can blow up. Yes, there is. Didn't hit it. There we go. And now, I believe if we head up onto the second floor, we can jump across there. I think there's a chest or something up there. We'll see what's there. One of my few pet peeves about this game is how slow War moves. He's just so slow. But then again, I suppose he's supposed to be like that. He's supposed to be more of like a brawling bruiser, you know, kind of character. But he does feel super slow when you're moving around with him. Yeah, there's a chest over there. Let's see what's in here, shall we? Horde Seeker. So now we know where all the chests are on this map. Oh. There's an artifact there. There's a chest there. There's 3 chests there. There's an artifact there. That's the boss. Didn't leave any chests or artifacts behind on that map. Right, so all of them are on this level. That's good to know. Let's go get them, shall we? I wonder if I will be able to collect all 10 pieces of the Abyssal Armor just by doing all this stuff. Because when I was younger, obviously, I never really went back and did all this sort of stuff. I just sort of didn't really do it, I suppose. Be the best way to describe it. So, like, apparently in here there's a chest. Needs a explosion, though. Is there one of those around here somewhere? Oh, there is. There is. It's also active, though. So I guess we gotta, like, toss it through there. Oh, bad aim. Bad aim. Not the best aim. And yeet. That should get it. Indeedly doodly. I know there's a chest in here with, like, looks like a lifestone shard. Hmm. Very worth it. Oh yeah, that's right. There's this bad boy up here. Hmm. You can also use your ranged weapons, apparently, to stop that thing. That's interesting. There's a chest here. It's a big one. There's an Abyssal Armor piece. That's a second one. And down here there are 2 chests. There's one with money in it. And over here... Oh, another Wrath core. We now have more Wrath. We're now slightly angrier. We're now more angy than we were before. Any more... Oh, there's an artifact over there. That's right. There's 2 artifacts that we need to pick up. And the major reason why I'm going for the artifacts is that they're worth a decent amount of money. And every single one of those we have is one less, well, a little bit less work we have to do to get everything off of Volgrim. Ah, there it is. It was just sitting in the air. Artifact Champion. So that's actually worth more than the one that we picked up earlier. I think that's one of the second tier ones, so that's maybe 1,000 souls per. That'd be nice. And then over here... Boop. Was it over here? Oh, yeah, so it's over here. It's down here somewhere, it looks like. Ori, thanks for the follow. The first boss is so boring. Is that the Phantom General you're thinking about? The one that you killed to unlock Samael? Or is that the queen lady that I've just killed? Oh, there it is. Oh, surprised I missed that. And a soldier. Nice. There's 1,500 souls, I'm pretty sure. That might nearly be enough for me to pick up Death's Scythe. Oh, so what difficulty were you playing on if you had to hit him that much? I'm playing on normal and I didn't think it was that hard. Or that boring. Ah, right. Do believe that's all of the chests. No chest here. Nothing there. Nothing there. No artifacts to be found. Fabulous. We're out of here. And now we can sell stuff off to Volgrim, and hopefully we can pick up the scythe. Allows us to harvest souls better.
Got something new for you.
Oh, we got 2,000.
Volgrim's got something new for you.
We're almost on the way to the harvester. We need 300 more souls. We want to head back to the crossroads. I do believe some of these crossroads areas had like hidden secrets and stuff too that you could unlock. Not sure if that's true, but I do remember something like that anyway. Maybe. I could be out of my mind, to be fair. Right, so we're back at the crossroads. We are going to... Data. We're going to save the game. And we are going to check our map here real quick. I don't believe there's any chests in this area. Oh, there is a chest in this area. Where's that? Oh, it's over there. Let's go get that. It's probably got a couple souls in it. Oh, no, we can't go in there. There's ice in the way. Okay. Well, never mind then. I do believe, guys, that we are at the end of the stream at this point. We've been going for about 4 hours. We've been playing Darksiders 1 for the entirety of that time. I will be back tomorrow with more Darksiders. Those of you on YouTube who've been watching, thank you so much for watching the new playthrough. Please do me a favor. Hit like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends if you like this content. And I will see you all next time for some more Darksiders content. See you then, YouTube. Bye now.